Cryptocurrency regulation in South Africa. Chainlink, a coin that's recently been on a tear, are going to be the topics of this morning's video. Good morning, everybody. Here we have an article from Business Tech. I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description below so that you can go and read the article for yourself. But I'm going to give you a brief summary about what is going on with the regulation in South Africa and how this is either positive or negative and how it affects you as a crypto holder in South Africa. So the Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni, has published the proposed amendments to the Financial Intelligence Center Act. And this is actually not really new news. A lot of it is, and there are a couple of concerns, but I'll get to that later in the video. So basically what the summary of this article is that all crypto asset service providers will be known as CASPs, and they will be required to comply with certain rules and regulations. So we're going to go through these rules and regulations. A crypto asset service provider needs to register as a accountable institution with the Financial Intelligence Center. So for altcoin trader, tick, that's already been done. We have to conduct due diligence, KYC, which is know your customer, on all customers in accordance with a risk-based approach. Another tick, already done. Developing, implementing, and maintaining a risk management and compliance program. Once again, tick, done by altcoin trader. But guys, not only done by altcoin trader, done by most reputable exchanges in the industry. So really, all of this has already taken place. I'm sure you're all familiar with when you sign up with a crypto exchange, you have to submit documents, you have to submit certain criteria so that you are able to change. So really, the effect of this is almost none on the current crypto industry. Now, with this article and with what is being implemented, it has a very positive spin. So the positive spin, well, at least in my mind, is the fact that the South African government has recognized cryptocurrency. They've done that a long time ago. They've taken the time and effort and energy to regulate it. They know about us. They are protecting the public from bad players in the marketplace, in the crypto industry, and you will be able to do your due diligence and just make sure that the exchange that you are trading with has, of course, registered as accountable institution, is registered with the FIC, and is putting these things in place. As regulation rolls out, of course, the positive aspect of that is that people can no longer say, what about this Bitcoin? Is it illegal? Are we allowed to buy it? Are we allowed to sell it? Are we allowed to trade it? Because clearly the answer is yes, it is a regulated industry by the South African government. Of course, the negative side of this is that the South African government now starts to want to understand everyone's asset and who owns what. Some of the problems that we have that industry is currently discussing with the South African Reserve Bank and with the workshops is the fact that cryptocurrencies will not be allowed to be moved out of the country without this being reported. Of course, the very nature of cryptocurrency being sole sovereignty in decentralization, this is going to be a near impossible task to implement. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Right now, we have industry leaders negotiating with governments to try and make sure that the crypto space is beneficial for all parties. I will keep you updated on this channel as events unfold step by step. Next topic of this morning's video is, of course, Chainlink. Is Chainlink a coin to buy, or have we missed the boom? Now, before we get into that, let's just take a look. Chainlink rallies as the market cap surpasses Litecoin and Binance Coin. Yes, that's right. Chainlink has jumped up into 8th position, leapfrogging Binance Coin and Litecoin, which to a lot of people was not a surprise. A lot of traders, a lot of people in the industry saying that Chainlink is the oxygen for DeFi. This is the coin or the oracles that provide information for the decentralized finance platform. But not only for decentralized finance, it is the oracle for smart contracts as a whole. It's almost got to the stage that unless your project is getting data from Chainlink, it is not considered to be that exciting. So Chainlink continues to rise And I've said this before, just something to consider. If we consider Bitcoin cryptocurrency 0.1 and we have Ethereum cryptocurrency 0.2, we could possibly consider Chainlink cryptocurrency 0.3. Now that's just a very broad strokes way to kind of get things in your mind. But of course, Bitcoin, hard money, easy. It's a currency. It doesn't have a lot of functionality. In fact, it does, but it's not generally widely used. We've got Ethereum, smart contracts, a lot of stuff that can be done with this programmable money. And then of course we've got Chainlink, which is this layer on top of Ethereum, which can provide information to the smart contracts, to the Ethereum platform, but not only to the Ethereum platform, to smart contracts in general. So very, very exciting, and certainly a coin that needs to be considered in your portfolio. Now, if we have a look at the charts, we can see that Chainlink actually came out in September, October of 2017. So it was a coin that was around in the highs of 2017. And it has been pretty flat for a long time, with this being a successful ICO. They actually raised 32 million US dollars in the ICO, but the project has been going on, and it has recently gained huge traction with the explosion of DeFi, which we have currently seen and we are continuing to see. DeFi, certainly not a bubble, at least in my opinion. DeFi is real. DeFi is a use case that is going to be carried through into the future, with Chainlink providing information and data to the smart contracts that allow you to lend, borrow, and do all of the decentralized finance things that we are finding that we are able to do in the DeFi space. So back to the question, is it too late to buy Chainlink, or is it something that you need to load up into your portfolio right now? Well, these are simply my thoughts, my opinion, and guys, I have been wrong in the past. I think with the recent tear that Chainlink has been on, you need to be cautious as to when you buy, because as we know, as things go up, they often come down, and we might find a situation where Chainlink takes a little bit of a retracement before it turns around and starts to go up again. So if you're considering buying for a long-term hold, I'd certainly say it is a good option, something to start putting into your portfolio by way of rand cost or dollar cost averaging. If you are looking to trade it in the short term, you don't want to be caught with your pants down buying on at the high, which I believe short term we are at a bit of a high. So to summarize my advice, if it's a long-term hold, certainly go ahead and buy it. If you want to trade it in the short term, I think it is going to drop. We're going to see a retracement before we see it turn around and go up. Quick look at the markets. Everything seems to be down on this Thursday morning, with of course Chainlink up 1.7%. But in fact, it's also down because earlier today it was trading a little bit higher, and we saw last night it was up 8 or 9%. So it is very exciting what is happening with Chainlink. It's a project that I have my eye on, and guys, it is in all likelihood one of the next coins that is going to be listed on Altcoin Trader later in July, or probably in August. You heard it first on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe so that you know what is going on in Altcoin Trader. I always let slip some of the juicy bits of information and things that are going to be happening on that platform. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.